Katrini Wertzanaha, better known as Coach P of Katrini Speak. So glad to be talking to you because you've taken our Mojo Meter quiz. And it looks like if you landed here, you have scored as a fighter. Fighter, fighter, fighter. You know, that's a blessing. Awareness is a blessing. It's a victorious place because that means you know where you're starting. And if you're showing up as a fighter, I want you to think about Captain Marvel. I love superheroes because I believe there's a superhero in all of us. And you don't have to wear a cape in order to be a hero, right? But if you remember Captain Marvel, she was fighting and winning, and everyone that she was coming up against, she was fighting and winning and just so efficient at all the things she was doing. So oftentimes when you are showing up as a fighter, you're using your time. You're not somebody that's idling by and not being busy, but you look very, very busy, but you're not necessarily using your powers to the result areas that you need to. So the Captain Marvel before, remember she was on the wrong team. She had this mindset, limited understanding of who she really was. So she was just joining in with the people she found herself with, and they were telling her what she should be doing. And she just very vigorously helped to make them a very strong team, but it was like leaning against a building that turned out not to be the right one. So spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie. But what I really want you to take away is that if you're a fighter, you may be operating from other people's view of who you should be. If you're a fighter, you may also be playing from a space of who you used to be and what worked as a strength in an old environment or in a relationship or in a past job. So what you'll need to be doing on as a fighter is be thinking about is something almost like a fish climbing a tree. You've got the right power and you're efficiently focusing on the tree, but you'll never be able to climb it because you don't have the right powers. You're not using what your powers are. You need to go find an ocean so you can swim well. So what happens in the fighter is often those limitations, you're fighting for them because you don't know that it's a limitation. You're fighting to keep them because you're not even believing and equipped with the tools to be able to say, so how do I get to the ocean? How do I get to the right, where I'm using my powers and really uncovering them and seeing how they can be effective for where I'm supposed to be operating. So what I want you to think about as a fighter, it's going to be important for you to really link into what your strengths are and see how your strengths, your personality profiles, those natural gifts that you have, and your values, how are they useful for what you believe you need to be? What are you calling for? What in this season do you believe is how you need to be showing up? What have you been doodling or maybe dreaming about, but you sometimes just kind of give up? Sometimes where we allow our dreams to shrink to our reality simply because we don't know the how. Yeah. It might just be where you are, the fighter. That fighter, people call you grinder. Nobody works harder than you. But we want to help you work smarter. We want to help you be effective. So if you sign up for the Mojo 360 Signature Coaching Program, or you know what, if you have some questions, sign up for a discovery call with me, and I'll be glad to walk you through step by step, hold your hand so you can be clear on how the Awaken, Elevate, and Activate framework can help you to lift up to that next level, maybe accelerate to even higher levels. So I want you to envision what your life would be if you were living in a state of flow, where all this work and energy that you're putting out that probably leaves you tired and depleted, and maybe you've been angry at those close by at you because you're angry that you're putting so much effort out and get so little impact. Imagine a life where you were working, but it didn't feel like work because you were so in flow with where you needed to be, and so in flow in using the skills and special, unique abilities that come from you. Everyone is talking about how awesome you are, and you're like, oh, that was effortless. I'm energized by it. And it's essentially who I am. If you'd like to get to that place, give me a call. We can get you signed up for Mojo 360. And I guarantee you, the person that you discover and are able to transform into, you won't even recognize. Thank you very much.